Espinosa-Goswami coming to you live from my page over at Be Weightless. There's quite an interesting shadow going on my glasses, so I apologize for that. If you're here joining me live, please say hi in the comments because I like to know who's joining me, and I don't know who's joining me until you say hi. Today I'm going to unveil my 2018 vision board and give you an idea of how you can design your own vision board, talk a little bit about why vision boards are important, and then share with you a special invitation that I've never offered before, and I've been kind of on the fence about whether I should offer this or not, but I figure it's very helpful for the types of people I tend to serve. If you are new to my page and have never watched me do a live video, I do have a goal to be more consistent with my live videos coming in 2018. As a motivational speaker, I love to be on camera. I love to be in front of an audience. And this is an audience, and I'd love to support you in the way that you need to be supported for 2018 for your health goals. So I will be going live more often on my page, maybe weekly. I haven't quite decided my scheduling yet, but stay tuned for that, and make sure you like my page if you have not liked my page so that when I do go live, you can get notifications for that. So great. So why vision boards? Why are vision boards important? And why should you consider doing a vision board for your health goals? Now, vision boards are not specific to health. You can do them for anything in your life that you would like to manifest, which I believe is a very overused term. It tends to be used a lot, like alignment, manifestation, law of attraction, those sorts of things. I have worked with a coach who specializes in those things. She doesn't necessarily label it as such, so I feel that her approach was a better fit for me. But so why is a vision board important? Perspective on that. First of all, as someone who lost 100 pounds, I never did a vision board until about 2 years ago. So the process I used to lose weight was a little more nitty-gritty and down in the details kind of process than I typically take my clients through today, because I was just dealing with myself. I knew my motivations. I knew what my strengths were. I knew what my weaknesses were. So for me, I just like to jump straight into action and then kind of figure it out as I go along. So that worked personally for me. I didn't need to vision board myself into the thinnest me. I didn't need to create a word of the year, which if you've been following my blog and my page, you can see that my word of the year for 2018 is flourish, and last year's word was prosperity. So these are concepts and techniques that I'm currently doing today, which is, I'm nearly 40. This is my year. I turned 40. It's a milestone year for me. So these are processes that I feel are helpful for me today, and an additional service that I provide to my clients so that they can dream bigger than they would if they just jumped into it like I did 18 years ago when I lost 100 pounds. So why is a vision board important? It depends on what type of learner you are and what kind of juices you up and jazzes you up. And here's what I mean by that. Different learners, for example, if you're a visual learner, then a vision board might be very helpful for you because you are visual. And putting visuals to your goals can be very motivating for you. It could be something that it's a creative process. So, you know, you have to put your supplies together, materials together, find images, words, phrases, what have you, that really align with what you're looking to do in the new year. That could be a very fun process for you. Another benefit of it is I did my vision board with my 2 girls yesterday because they're on winter break. They're home from school. And I said, well, I really want to do a vision board. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to figure it out a situation with my kids. I was going to do a vision board process with a group of mastermind folks that I've been meeting with for over a year now. And I was really excited to meet with the group, but it was not kid friendly. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just be at home with my kids and do it. And I still came up with a great vision board. So that's another benefit. If your kids are crafty, I have 2 daughters, so they're very crafty, and we have lots of materials available in our house. So it worked out to our benefit. We all have a vision board. In fact, I'm going to show you one of my kids' vision boards because it's so cute. I was like, just take whatever pictures you like and show us what you like. This is what my daughter came up with. She's 7. Cookies, smoothies, hearts and sparkles and all sorts of cool stuff. So, you determine what your vision board looks like. That's her idea of a vision board, and I thought it was really fun to share that. So I do see someone is joining me. Please say hi in the comments for joining me live today. We're talking about the vision board process and why it's helpful. So if you're a visual learner, it's extremely helpful because you're putting an image, you're putting an idea behind what you want to accomplish. What if you're not a visual learner? What if you prefer to be hands-on? What if you prefer to be auditory? There are people who are like that as well. Then you probably want to watch this video or at least listen to it while you're driving or something. But more importantly than that, if you're a hands-on individual, you like to be down in the dumps, you like to be nitty-gritty and doing the things, then a vision board is very helpful for you as well, because you are doing it. You're actively pursuing what it is you want to achieve. And a vision board is helpful too because it's not a plan, a prescription, a written program. All it is the idea, the overarching feeling, the overarching environment, if you will, for you to dream about what your overall goal, what your mission statement is. That's what I refer to your word of the year as a mission statement, because it's the filter through which you make your decisions. So a vision board allows you to dig a little deeper than just a one word, and it allows you to put imagery to that word. And if you're a real hands-on person, you can't understand something until you touch it, then this will help you understand it in a whole different level. And another benefit of vision boards is it's not just something that you create and you just throw into a corner. You're like, okay, I'm done. I know exactly what I need to do for 2018. No, it's an iterative process. So if you don't know what iterative means, I love that word. It basically means you revise and refine it as you go along. Yes, the vision board you create today, tomorrow, next week is going to be the same vision board you carry into December 2018. However, it's an iterative process in the sense of there could be other things that come up for you that you want to put on your board. You can dream bigger than that. The particular board I'm using is not really a board. It's not a hard copy of something. It's a piece of paper. It's an 8.5 by 11 paper. So my vision board process might be different from yours. Maybe you prefer to be on canvas. Maybe you prefer to be on wood. Your materials are dependent upon what you have available to you and what excites you. So, but it is iterative. So if you find that there are certain aspects that you forgot when you're creating your initial vision board, dream bigger. Put it on a bigger landscape, put it on a bigger space, display it in a very prominent area for you, maybe a place where you get triggered in your environment. And when I say triggered, that could mean a lot of things, but for me, it means triggered to do something that you know is sabotaging yourself. So it could be anything. It could be the fridge. It could be, your room. Maybe you don't sleep so well. Maybe having that vision board displayed in your room is helpful for you. It could be a common area like a living room. It could be a place where you sit down to journal. It could be lots of places, but there are different environments that, lend themselves to you doing really well and you seeing what your goals are for the year. So that's the benefit of a vision board. Again, creating a vision board doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to achieve all of the things that you put on the vision board. It just means that you're creating that space for it to be okay. You're creating that feeling behind it. You're creating something tangible. You can touch it, you can play with it, you can look at it every day. That can help remind you and motivate you on those moments when you just aren't motivated. Because we all have them, right? Just being real. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining us this morning. I just went through why vision boards are important. And now I'm going to go through a little bit of the process that I used and share my previous vision board from 2017 and today's, and talk a little bit about how I decided to put what I wanted to on there. At the end of this live stream, and I anticipate we're going to be about a half an hour, I will share an invitation for a never before seen opportunity for you to work with me. And it's one of my, it's a different program than I've offered before. So, and again, I'm just kind of coming up with it as I go along. So you'll learn more about that at the end of this. But let's talk about vision board, my vision board from 2017. So if you've seen on my page here, you've seen that my word of the year was prosperity. And initially when I came up with that word, I said, well, I meant it financially. I had quit my full-time job. I worked in corporate for 16 years and quit my full-time job. So it's quite a shift to go from earning 60 plus a year to not earning anything. And especially as someone who did not want to be a stay-at-home mom, I was never in my career path to be a stay-at-home mom. It was a big challenge for me mentally to embrace that mindset. Even though I was doing it for the right reasons, I was doing it to support my children through transitioning and some other things, that challenges that were going on in my family. So even though my heart was in the right place and the intention was good, that doesn't mean that I was always 100% comfortable with the idea that, yes, I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. So I am a health coach, and I still, I had a great year in terms of health coaching and speaking. That piece was there, but I still struggled with the whole idea of, now I'm just a stay-at-home mom, just a stay-at-home mom. And I'm not putting down people like Mary or other people on this live stream who are watching who are like, I am a stay-at-home mom. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, for me personally, it was a challenge. You know, I went to college, I got a graduate degree. Everyone in my family has been working hard their entire life. I've been working myself since I was 15 years old. And to me, you put in the hours and you get the money. You know, that's just kind of the mentality I came from. So that was my own personal baggage. It has nothing to do with anyone who's watching this today. I fully respect stay-at-home moms. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. But that was the challenge I had entering 2017. So I was like, prosperity. I'm going to be prosperous this year. It's going to look a little bit different than what it looked like in my corporate year, my corporate life. So so I had to embrace that, and I found different images to show that prosperity. And here's some of the things I came up with. So one of the things I'm going to try to point to things. This over here, energy to burn, better. Those are referred, so on this side of the page of the board, again, it's an 8.5 by 11 thing. It's not an official board. But this side over here was dealing all with Red Hot Mama, look at these guns. You know, this was dealing with energy and fitness specifically, because I had also been coming out of a bout with pneumonia, and I was having some respiratory issues. It was very challenging for me. I couldn't catch my breath. I was coughing constantly if I got my heart racing. So I was like, I want to be fit. I want to have energy to burn. I want to be better than I was before. I want to be a red hot mama. I already am, but I wanted to be even more of one. And I wanted to get really good guns. That's always been a thing for me, because my arms have always been a struggle. I have a lot of stretch marks on my arms. When you're 100 pounds overweight, you get stretch marks, right? It happens. But that was a big challenge for me as a kid. I constantly covered up my arms. I still do. I feel uncomfortable showing my arms. I'm not a tank top kind of lady. But I do have strength. I do have great muscles in my arms. It's just, you know, you have to kind of look past the stretch marks and some other things that I have going on from my past that are a challenge for me mentally. So, you know, that's kind of why I put that in there. Hi, Asha. There's Asha coming to join us in her jammies today. What are some other things I put on that board? So you look in this middle portion here, Old Faithful. You look at some beautiful scenery here, a stream. Gosh, this is really hard to do. And then a smile with a pooch. So I have a dog. She's currently sleeping in my bed over there right now. Hi, Asha. And the picture of Old Faithful and that beautiful house on the ocean are representing, hi Asha, everyone say hi to Asha, are representing travel, my travel needs and wants, because my family has always prioritized travel. And we did go to Montana, and we did end up in Yellowstone. We did see Old Faithful. So that was really cool. It actually came to fruition. That trip had been booked, so I knew it was coming up, and I saw a picture of it in a magazine. I'm like, that needs to be on my vision board. The other picture of the stream and some other beautiful scenes are just from nature. I wanted to spend more time outside. Excuse me. Okay, so I wanted to spend more time outside. The picture of the dog with the smile. Whoa. I wanted to spend more time with my dog, which obviously I started walking my dog twice a day because I was home during the day, and she'd start whining and saying it's time to go out now. And the smile piece had to do with, I need to smile more. 2016 was kind of an armpit of a year, and I hated it. Yeah. My dad passed away in 2016. It was a very challenging year. I quit my full-time job in 2016, the end of it. So I hated 2016. And when I was going into 2017, I said, I need to smile more. I need to find my joy. I need to be happy again. So that's what that smile is representing. Now let's look at the other side. Sorry, I hope I'm not making you all dizzy. At the bottom is a microphone. because I'm a speaker and I need to connect with more influencers in order to grow my audience and my community, just like you folks watching me today. And then the follow your heart down here. So that has to do with being intentional about what I want to create in my life, my legacy, my business. That's really important to me. Not everyone in my life is supportive of my business, and that has hit me pretty hard. So I'm like, I need to follow my heart. You know, nobody else is going to follow it for me. No one else is going to necessarily do it on my behalf. And even if they're not supportive in the way I wish to be supported, I need to follow what matters to me and what's true for me. So, and then how to love the way you look. You know, we all have our challenges with how we look, right? I mean, even though I help folks find body bliss, it doesn't mean that I always like the way I look. There's a very professional looking lady in the corner here. There's some festive appetizers and food and just party feeling out here. You can hear Asha giggling. Asha, can you keep a little quiet, sweetie? Out here is happy meals and family. And then in this corner over here, is a sled dog, because that's one of my goals, is to do sled dogging. Sled mushing? To mush a sled dog, something like that. That's available up north in Ely, Minnesota, and it's something I've always wanted to do. I might take my girls with me, so maybe it's a 2018 or 2019 kind of resolution. Not resolution, goal. It was important for me to have happy meals with my family in the evening. We had gotten to a point in our life in 2016 where we were eating out a lot, more than we needed to, more than was healthy for our family. And I said, no, I want to return to a place where we're having home-cooked food at home. We're sitting down all together at the table, and we're having happy meals. We're not fighting. We're not at each other's throats. We're not all ordering different food, that sort of thing. We're all sitting down together, having a nice conversation, and eating the same food. That was my feeling behind that. So that was a little bit about my 2017 vision board. Are you curious what I've got going on for 2018? Also, if you're watching me, whether you're watching me live or on the replay, I know Mary is here live. We might have some other people watching the replay. Please comment and share if you have one. Do you do a vision board, or have you ever done a vision board before? I'd really be curious to know. Like I said, it's not critical that you do one in order to achieve your goals. I feel like it's a fun process, and that's the thing. You have to inject fun into your life, right? This time of year, everyone's so serious. They're like, oh, what's your big, hairy, audacious goal? What's your SMART goal? What are you going to achieve? What are you going to do differently? Everyone's so serious. It doesn't have to be serious, right? Like, you don't have to go through torture to be happy. It can be a fun process. It can be a dreaming process. Asha, can I have this? Yes. So Asha wanted to show you her vision board, but I already did show you her vision board, so that's good. So I wanted you to inject some fun into your resolutions, if you have them, or your word, or your goals or intentions, whatever you call that. Inject some fun into it, right? It's not totally serious. It's not like, oh, I got to buckle down and start doing it. That's not what this is all about. And that's not what I teach folks when I work with them on creating body bliss in their life. Part of the journey is enjoying yourself along the way. It's not about I'll be happy when, someday, when it's over, when I've achieved my, no, enjoy yourself now. Enjoy yourself now.
Hashtag I love my dog.
Hashtag she loves her dog, just in case you missed that. This is 2018, my vision board for 2018. It's creepy when you see my face coming out. So you see a couple things on there. What stands out for you on this one? I'm going to keep it on the camera for a little bit so you can tell me what stands out for you. Asha, please don't do that. Thank you. So what stands out for you? I'm going to move it back so you can actually see all of it. Make sure you comment and let me know what on this picture is standing out for you. Now, I did a couple things different this year than I did in the previous year. You might notice them right away. Yeah, Asha's pointing to my Amazon picture. I'll discuss what that's all about later. So you notice I put my word of the year, flourish. That's different than last year. Last year I put my name. This year I put my word of the year. Just because I feel like that's something I need to remind myself of constantly. And I do have a photo of my word of the year. Asha, can you open the door and let Betsy out? My dog's whining to get out. That's my life. Anyway, I wanted to remind myself of what my word of the year is. Well, right there. And my little flower, because I have a graphic for my word of the year, and I put a flower on that graphic. So again, just a visual reminder, just telling me what I resolve to do, what I'm intending to do, and what I want to manifest more of in my life. You'll notice there are some common themes, like you'll see this woman out here. Yes, I want to be strong. I want to have good arms, you know. I want to embrace all of that. I've been doing a good job. I've been consistently working out with a group called Fit for Mom Twin Cities, which is a focus on strength training and HIIT type workouts. The group has been very good for me. I found some really cool friends, and I'm really kind of jazzed about that because I feel like I'm finding my tribe, my fitness tribe. I have plenty of tribes. Otherwise, I have great friends that I meet with monthly. I have this community here. I have people on my email list. If you're not on my email list, you might want to join that because you get special bonuses that other people don't get. And you get it delivered straight to your email. I'll pop that link below here in a little bit. So I was really excited because I've been consistently working out with this Fit for Mom group since August, and I know I'm going to keep that momentum. In fact, this picture right here is celebrating the fact that I might have found my fitness tribe. I've been searching for one. I've been searching for a buddy, like not a mentor, not a trainer, but a buddy, a fitness buddy, someone who's excited to work out. I mean, there are some days we are and some days we aren't. But so this picture is from my daughter's Wonder Woman book. She graciously donated it to me. It's a picture of Amazons doing what they love to do together. And that has been missing in my life because I have great friends that I hang out with, and we talk about being moms because we're moms and we love being moms, but we also want to talk about what it's like to be a mom. And I haven't found my fitness tribe until recently. So this Fit for Mom group, I'm very excited about. We have a lot of really cool things going on. I think it's a great community. They also have a Facebook group that I'm a part of. So I'm really excited about that. And I feel like that's a good direction for me in 2018 is to stick to that. Because once you find people who are there, share common interests with you, support you, have common goals as you, that's when you know you need to stick around. That's when you know you have found what you're looking for, right? So I'm super excited about that. It's very exciting, especially as a mom. So I have older kids, 14 and 7. And that means that the kinds of things that I bond with people about may be different than someone of a different situation, someone who's single, someone who is just starting out, someone who works in a corporate environment, maybe has younger kids or doesn't want to have kids by choice. You know, I have different things in common with these fitness moms than I do. And they also tend to be, the group that I'm with tends to have higher education. So for me, I haven't really had a lot of friends that I've hung out with that have graduate degrees. I have a graduate degree, and a lot of people in this group have graduate or above degrees, like PhDs. So that excites me just because we talk about different types of things. We geek out on goal setting and things like that. It's really interesting to me. So that's why and down here it says, "You can do it. I believe in you." And then there's a woman who is very triumphant out here. In this middle section here, we have Zen and a couple different poses for meditation. That is going to be super important for me coming into 2018. I started a meditation practice in the middle of this past year as part of the mindset work I was doing with a coach. And it has been interesting for me. I think that it's really helped my prosperity, at least mentally. Some things were happening that I'm like, there's no explanation for this. Something is coming up that's at the right time, at the right moment. It must be due to my meditation. And my meditation was not just to sit still and listen to quiet music. My meditation was a dream about the ideal day, dream about your next 3 years and what's going to be happening for you. So for me, it was about creating that future life. And once you create the pathway for it in your mind, you can create it physically. You can create it in your environment. But you have to set that path, right? You have to start that journey. And it's okay to start mentally. In fact, there are benefits to starting mentally rather than just jumping into it with both feet. So meditation, Zen Gen, I'm going to be Zen Gen coming up this next year. Meditation is going to be super critical for me, and that's why what happened on my vision board. So up here you'll see Hillary Clinton. Oh, Hillary Clinton, it says nurture your calling. I am an owner, a business owner, and I really need to step into my leadership as a business owner. I feel like I've been a little bit on the fence about that. I haven't been as open with certain people in my life about how important my business is to me. I haven't been asking as many people to join me at my events as I could. So that's part of my leadership in my business. So the picture of Hillary Clinton with a microphone doesn't represent Hillary Clinton. It represents me stepping into a bigger influential role as a speaker, as a business owner, and nurturing that as part of my calling. I have been really hesitant to call that my calling. I love it. I'm passionate about it. I was doing it even when I had no sleep and I was working full time and I was stressed beyond belief. I was still building my business, but I was doing it just because I didn't want to give up. At least that's what I told myself. But it's my calling. It really is. And that's why I love doing what I'm doing. So I'm going to nurture that. I'm going to become more influential in my space. Part of that is going to have to do with interviews and guest posts and reaching out to collaborators and that sort of thing. So you might see more of that coming up in this group or in my other group, Wait No More. Okay, so what other things do we have going on here? In the middle here, super important, and there's a macro list over here, which if you don't follow me or aren't familiar with my downloads, I believe strongly in the power of macros. Up here you'll see a woman tossing a salad and the word nourish. I'm going to really focus on meal planning. I won't lie to you. I am at a heavier weight than I'm comfortable being right now. There's been a lot of challenge in the past year. Good challenges. I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for the life I had in 2017 and even going into 2018. But I was not meal planning, and I was getting to a point where I was getting frustrated because I didn't know what I could eat. I've been on various different dietary restrictions to help with some respiratory concerns I've been having. I cut out dairy. I'm trying to cut out cheese. It's really tough. Like, I don't drink milk. I drink flax milk. I'm not cutting out gluten, but I'm reducing my corn consumption. I'm reducing some other things that are a regular part of my diet. And that has been a challenge for me. And there's some days when I'm like, I don't even know what to eat anymore, which is why I do meal planning for customers and clients, because I went through my own journey with that. I went grain-free for about 6 weeks. I went through a low-acid kind of diet. I went dairy-free, which is very difficult for me. So, you know, I've done a lot of changes myself personally in terms of what I'm eating and how I'm preparing food. So throughout these changes, I've come across some really great recipes, and that's why I've expanded some of my meal planning services to include things that are gluten-free, things that are vegetarian. I might explore doing a vegan meal planning service. Right now, I only have 3 standard meal plans, weekly meal plans that are available for download on my website. But I also create custom meal plans for folks. I've done just about everything from gluten-free, dairy-free, all at the same time, to just regular, you know, eats anything kind of thing. So I've done a variety of meal plans. I've done vegetarian. I've done quasi-vegan, not quite vegan, but almost, like playing around with vegan. So I'm probably going to offer a standard vegan template coming forward in 2018, just because plant-based is a really good way to go. I feel that personally, and I think that a lot of folks who are vegan are experiencing a different quality of life than people who aren't, especially with all the hormones that are added to our meat and some of the challenges there. So those are some of the things that I've struggled with. I'm like, I need to get better about meal planning. As I'm creating these meal plans for my clients, I need to understand that, yes, I need to meal plan for myself. We've gotten into a rut in my family where we all eat different things, and finding something that we're all going to eat and all enjoy eating has been a challenge. I'm not going to lie, by the time dinner rolls around, I'm exhausted. I'm like, I've had a full day. I had to prepare breakfast and lunch for everyone. I don't want to plan dinner. You know, I'm going to kind of call in dinner. I'm going to let husband deal with dinner. So that's going to change in 2018. I'm going to nourish my family. I'm going to nourish myself, because I'm at a weight that I don't feel comfortable with. So I'm like, I'm going to just get back to where I need to be. I'm going to go back to the basics, the macros, that little macro circle right here. Protein, fat, and carbs is what macros are. If you want more information on a download in regards to how to use macros for your breakfast, I will also pop that link below here. By the way, I'm all about free resources. So if you're like, wow, she's talking about all the stuff, these are all free resources I offer on my website. So go check me out if you're interested in those things. Okay, so what else do we have on the vision board? On the top here, I'm going to go over on this side. On the top here is a picture of a mom and 2 kids. I have 2 daughters. There's Wonder Woman over here. This is really hard to do. A Wonder Woman sticker, because one of my main presentations that I deliver is Releasing Your Inner Wonder Woman. I'm actually doing a presentation for that next Friday. If you're available during the day, I hope you can join me because it's going to be beautiful and wonderful. And I'm one of many amazing speakers, so I encourage you to join me for that presentation. And here, you see a picture of an Indian royalty. One of my goals for my family is to visit India this year. My younger daughter, Asha, has not been to India, and this kind of hurts me from deep inside because our heritage is really important, our cultural heritage, and she's never met her cousins in India. She's never met some of the family out there who hasn't had a chance to come to the United States. That's really important for me that my children both experience India in its glory. It's a very glorious place to visit if you haven't been. So that's on our goal for maybe winter time because it's much warmer there in winter than it is here. There's 70 degrees out there, so that's one of my goals. Down here, so doing more things with my girls, having more fun with my girls, enjoying being the mom who's at home, who's picking them up almost 100% from school, who's taking them to their various activities, who's supporting them, who's helping them with their homework, just enjoying that. And there's a music note out here because I love music and I have been going away from it. Lately, I've been sitting in silence more often than not. Nope, I love my music. I love my bass. I need to go back to some of my favorite tunes. Down here, you'll see a box that says gratitude. I shared a blog post a month ago or so for November talking about my gratitude practice because I write down 10 things I'm grateful for every day. And this has been amazing for me, for my mindset and how to deal with crappy days, right? Everyone has a crappy day. But if at the end of the day I can write down 10 things I'm still grateful for after a crappy day, it really changes your perspective. It really makes you realize how incredibly lucky we are as individuals. And to me, that's really important. So maybe it was a horrible day and I'm in a bad mood and my kids are fighting and my husband had a bad day at work. You know, those things can compound upon us at the end of the day and make you realize like, I'm going to be cranky when I go to bed and I'm not going to sleep because I'm worried about all this crap. But when you write down 10 things you're grateful for just before bed, then you go to bed more peaceful, more calm, maybe get some better sleep. You know, it's been working for me. I'm going to continue this practice. And down here is just a beautiful scene. It's a mountain with trees and some other things going on in the number 3. The number 3 is really important to me. I'm not going to get into why. It just is. It always has been. My birthday's on the 3rd day of November. 3 is a really important number for me. It's a power number. And so I just thought that was kind of cool. That was incidental. I didn't choose it because of the number. I chose it because of the beautiful picture here because I love mountains. I love green. I love outside. So again, I'm going to continue that trend of having outdoor experiences, whether that has to do with fitness or not. It's going to be an outdoor experience. There you have it, folks. That is my 2018 vision board. That was a little bit about the reason why I put those things out there. Now, I shared with you the reasons why I put those images out there and what they mean to me. Now it's up to you. These images could mean something entirely different to you, and that's great. What I would task you with or challenge you with is to think about a word of the year if you haven't. If you select a word, that's great. If you don't, you can still create a vision board. You don't need to have a word to create a vision board. But when it comes to a vision board, I encourage you to get into it, right? Like, what do you want to feel? And this is not a what's different than before. I didn't compare and contrast my years because that's not the purpose of it. There's a difference between reviewing and analyzing your past experiences and dreaming about the future. The vision board is your dream. You don't necessarily have to take your history into account. You can if you want, but it's not a hit your hand with a ruler kind of situation, right? You're dreaming about your future. So if there are certain images that pop out to you, maybe a big old smile, maybe you want more joy in your life, put a big old smile on it. If you love the water like I do, maybe you want to put a picture of a pool or a stream or something to that effect because it makes you happy, it makes you smile, it brings you into joy. Maybe you want to be fit this year. Maybe you're like, I'm going to drink more water. Those are all great things. Post, paste, or tape a picture of that onto a board, and it could be just a piece of paper. It could be a canvas. It could be wooden. It could be whatever you want it to be. And create that feeling and dream about it. Dream big. You really deserve it. It's a brand new year, and there's a fresh slate. It's a clean slate. You determine what happens from here. This is a way of writing your story without writing. So if you hate writing, you're not a big journaler because you're like, I hate writing and I just don't know what to write and I don't know what to do. This is your version of a journal, right? Except you're dreaming. You're projecting what you want to happen in 2018. Thank you for joining me for this vision board process. Now, I did mention that I'm going to share an offer that I've never offered before. And I'm not 100% certain when it's going to start, but here's what this looks like. In the past, I've run a group program called Hot for the Holidays, which I used to run during Thanksgiving, Christmas. And now I'm like, no, because people need the support in January. I'm not a resolution person, and I don't like to jump on the bandwagon of what other people are doing. And I know there are 1,000,001 offers out there right now for how to lose weight in the new year. New year, new you. There's nothing wrong with the old you, okay? Just calling it what it is. You're beautiful and amazing the way you are. Yet, there are certain things that might benefit you to let go of in January and February, right? There's always something we can let go of. There's always something we can embrace more of. And that's what my program is going to be called. It's going to be called Let It Go. Let it go, let it go. Just like Frozen, that song from Frozen. If you have kids, I'm sure you've got that darn song on repeat. But this program is called Let It Go. It's a group program. So we'll have phone calls, we'll have special challenges, we'll have a workbook, we'll have specific goal-setting exercises. You'll have worksheets that you can track things. I will be checking in with you. Even though it's a group program, it's going to be small enough where we can check in individually within the group. It's going to be a private group, so nobody else is going to see what you're doing and what you're focusing on unless you want them to. And I will support you 100% of the way. Now, I'm feeling like this should be a 6-week program. And since I haven't officially created a launch date, I'm looking at my calendar right now. Please forgive me for looking down and trying to figure out, like, this is how, it seems like I'm disorganized. I'm not. This has been in the back of my mind. If this program called Let It Go, a 6-week group support program, sounds interesting to you, please comment below here. And then I'll follow up with you for details. But potentially, we're going to be starting the week of the 15th, January 15th, which is a Monday. And here's what that'll look like. We'll go January 15th through February 19th. And here's why those dates are important. Because you're probably deciding between various programs that you have access to right now, and you're like, should I do Whole30? Should I do this? Should I do that? I'm going to let you filter through those decisions for a while. Take some time, review that. Don't jump into something that doesn't feel 100% aligned for you. Don't. I get the temptation as well. You don't need to do that. So I'm going to give you some time to think it over. And I'm going to have to also think over how to create this program. But I'm not new to this process. I'm not new to things that you need to let go of. I'm not new to helping people set goals that make sense for them. I'm not new to the concept of meal planning without counting anything. I support people all the time with this. I also provide meal plans for people. So if that's something that intrigues you, I'll provide a weekly meal plan for the 6-week duration of this program. I'm also very good at helping people figure out a fitness routine for them. Regardless of whether you have a gym membership or want to have a gym membership, there are plenty of things you can do at home. I will support you with that. So those are, in a nutshell, the ways I will support you during this 6-week program. The price point is undetermined, but it's going to be probably $100. I mean, it's going to be affordable. I want it to be affordable for people. By the way, working with me normally costs significantly more than that. I usually work with people for 6 months or more, and that includes custom meal planning and some other support as well. But we have regular phone calls, so you have one-on-one individual time with me. That price point is significantly higher that I'm suggesting for Let It Go. So thank you for sticking with me to this point. I'm going to let you go because I'm sure you have a busy morning ahead of you. Asha's back to say hi with her game. But if Let It Go sounds intriguing to you, we will be starting January 15th. And once I set the price point, I don't have a sales page or anything like that. I'm just really reaching out to people and seeing what their interest level is. If I have at least 5 people who want to do this program, we're going to go. We're live and we're going to go. So if you're one of the 5 who is interested, and I'm going to probably limit it to 10 people because I don't want to have too many people in the group, but I want it to be a group program that's individual enough to get your support that you need. So if that's intriguing to you, just comment with "Let It Go" underneath this video, and I will follow up with you with details and how you can purchase the program, what it looks like, you know, all that sort of information. Thank you for watching my vision board process today. Before we close for the day, I just want to say, this is your year. You create it the way you want to create it, whether that's through vision boards or a word of the year, or through joining me in my program called Let It Go. This is your year to do whatever you want with it. What do you want to create this year? I hope to work with you. I will see you and enjoy the rest of your day. This is Jen Espinosa-Goswami. Feel free to share this video. You can click share below this video and share it with anyone that you feel may be interested, especially anyone who may be interested in some support that carries you through February 19th. By the way, did you know that 90% of resolutions are complete, like out the door by February 6th? So this program will carry you past that point and even further if you're determined to work further with me. So it's a very critical timeline for a lot of people, especially if you're like one who starts very strong and kind of fizzles out by the end. You won't fizzle out because we'll be carrying you through almost to March. It's a really important timeline. That's why I have it there. Thank you for joining me live today. Thank you for watching the replay. Let me know if there's any other way I may support you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.